The following podcast has been brought to you by Banter Club.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Banter Club proudly brings to you. It is I, one half of the longest reigning Ramble Mania Show tag team champions of the world. Jesus. The Angel Death 6XL joining me as always.
It is I, the other half of the longest reigning Ramblemania Tag Team Champions, and of course your current reigning, defending, undisputed Ramblemania Champion of all the Cosmos. 12 times. Did I mention 12 times? Because it's 12 times. TJ the Great, dude. TJ the Great.
And I am your former 11-time Ramblemania heavyweight champion, Hazel the Eye Zombie. Whew. And this is Banter Club's Blood and Guts recap here for the Ramblemania show in the TD Garden at Boston, Massachusetts.
In Boston?
In
Yes.
Boston.
In Boston.
Boston.
Oh, wait, I still got to hold on to this. And I actually got to experience my very first AEW show, my very first Blood and Guts, the very third Blood and Guts to take place in All Elite Wrestling history. And boy, was it amazing.
This man had an orgasm.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know, I've been wanting to go to this show since 2020, but COVID fucked all that up. So I'm just happy and excited that I got to experience this. And I can't thank anyone but my wife for, doing all of that for me, getting me these tickets, booking me the bus ticket and the hotel.
Thank you,
just
Manda.
so I could have a thrilling experience and see tons and tons of bloodshed that took place throughout this whole show.
Before we get to AEW Dynamite, we always talk about the news bits in and out about the world of professional wrestling. And I mean, there was a lot going on, particularly with Ring of Honor this week and a bunch of discourse and things like that. But I want to talk about two things above anything else.
Okay.
One, let's talk about MJF and Adam Cole and how much of a rousing, surprising, maybe success this angle with them together has been. Apparently, their new T-shirt, the "Better Than You, Baby" T-shirt, has outsold every single AEW shirt this year. It is the best-selling AEW shirt of the year.
Shit.
First of all, I call bullshit because that shirt was not at the TD Garden.
Well, bad distribution in the live venues, but tracking the online numbers, it is selling very well. And I mean, you can see them in the arenas, and people have ordered them and bought them, and they're wearing them.
I get the ads even on Instagram and on wherever I'm on.
I get the ads too with all the some of the other shirts. Here's the thing. I'll explain everything that I had to experience throughout the TD Garden through some matches, and maybe a certain match since I didn't get to watch it. I'll get to explain my whole story there. But merch otherwise was not really that good for TD with the lack of merch that they had. I think it was a bit disappointing, but they did their best.
It has been a perhaps understated issue with AEW, their merch distribution at live events. They are the second biggest pro wrestling company in North America, in the world. So you should hope that. What?
Did you guys have that issue in Queens?
I mean, it wasn't.
There was a shop, right? And they had they opened up a whole other shop where you can get your stuff at. So it wasn't even in the venue there were like little shops, but there was
Okay.
just one big old shop outside.
Okay.
Like they took what I guess was a store already, and they just filled it up with AEW merch.
Yeah, it was basically like one little, spot, the bottleneck toward for merch. And like it's like I've talked about before with WWE. You've ever been to a WWE show? You see how they got their merch set up.
Yeah.
All throughout the arena. They got trucks outside of the building, outside
Yeah,
the venue.
yeah,
Like it is very easy to acquire merch at a WWE event. So I mean, obviously, maybe you don't have to, be quite at that level just yet because there's probably a lot of spending resources that goes into that, but you still have to improve from a point where there's only like one small kiosk you can open
yeah.
to sell T-shirts at an event with 10,000 people at it. Like it's a money opportunity that you're missing out
Yeah.
on. With stuff like this shirt and this duo doing so well, it's something to think about on that end of the AEW. When you get a hot act, when you get a bit of merch that people want to buy, you have to make it accessible at your shows or
Like if I could
just
tell
like,
you, if I
if
could
they
tell
have
you
to
right
pump the
now,
money into PWTs to make it better, then they just need to do that. That's what
like
I mean.
if I could tell you right now, what only sold in the TD Garden was the shirt, just the shirt. This was the only thing that they had for Blood and Guts. So I couldn't get the Blood and Guts shirt because apparently, like, I think that was just exclusive, and they were probably selling them out like really early. Not a lot. It was just like regular shirts, regular AEW shirts. They didn't have any belts on display, which I understand that those are like online exclusives. But they were selling action figures and micro brawlers for like $50 to $100. I'm like, oh no.
That's crazy.
You know what I realized too, like in WWE shows, right? When they have all those little spots, they'll have like exclusive things to that show, which is what I think Hazel's alluding to, which is kind of like lame that they don't have it like that. Where like
Yeah.
in WWE, you'll go to the just like if you're gonna go use the bathroom or whatever, right? There'll be a little shop open there. So even when everybody's in the bathroom, that shit won't have anybody there anymore by that point. So
Like I walked around the whole arena and there was at least maybe 4 concession stands and they all had the same shit.
yeah, nah. In WWE, they even have like the chairs and shit. Like you can buy the chairs that some of the guys have in the lower level seats.
Yeah.
And they'll have
That's where
like
I was.
they'll have like special made title belts and stuff like that where like it'll be a title belt for the show, and they'll have like all the wrestlers current merch, and they'll even have, I remember like the best like shop that I saw for like WWE like where you can actually like walk in was the one that they had for Access. That shit was incredible, man.
Yeah.
I wish AEW had some sort of like access thing when they would do like some of the big shows.
Well, they kind of do. They have the Fan Fest for like Double or Nothing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
they do
kind of
those.
like Access.
Starcast.
Yeah,
And you know they're gonna do something for All In now that they're gonna be in London.
Yeah, they probably will do something.
I haven't been there, so I don't know the merch situation. Is what
I haven't been to one of those, so I don't know what that's like. But
Yeah,
that is their equivalent, more or less.
Because I remember I would love to have an AEW cup instead of a WWE cup, but
they don't got those.
How many times you seen a fucking AEW cup?
Yeah.
Never. It's rare.
It's something to think about in terms of their merch distribution and everything. But I guess as that Tony will look at the numbers and crunch and see what he can do there.
Yep, and as the money comes,
Blood and Guts ratings for Dynamite this past week. 953,000 viewers on TBS, up 15% from last week.
Nice.
Best audience total for the show since March 22nd, a 3.4 in 18 to 49, up 17% from last week. Best in that category since February 22nd. It was number 1 on cable television, which Tony Khan happily tweeted out Thursday afternoon. As you would expect, this was maybe the biggest feud in AEW going all year. It built to this point. It popped the rating. This is part of why Blood and Guts is a free TV thing every year, because it is designed to pop a big rating, and it has pretty much every time.
Yes. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Monday Night Raw, they averaged on July 17th show a 1.86 million viewers with a 0.7 rating in the 18 to 49. Numbers slightly up from last week's show that had a competition from the Home Run Derby, so it increased what
That's what I was
expected.
watching.
Yeah, we was watching that too. The Raw was the highest rated show in the 18 to 49, both on cable, and beat every network show as well. The second highest rated cable show, 90 Day Finance, did a 0.20 in the 18 to 49. Nothing on network TV topped a 0.41. So
Yeah.
from last week, it
TV
went up 3% on viewerships, 2% on the 18 to 49 demographic.
TV is going down year by
Yeah.
year, and that's one of the things that is keeping pro wrestling in general, but particularly WWE, safe and a hot commodity in terms of television. Because even if they leave Fox, and it's looking like SmackDown probably is going to leave Fox,
Yeah.
they have suitors
Mhm.
in play to buy it for a good price.
And as streaming services go up, man, it's gonna be anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, the game is changing rapidly.
Yep.
That is true.
Yes. But with that, I think it's time to get to the Dynamite.
Oh shit. My question for you guys then is, are you ready?
I believe I'm ready.
Go!
Damn it.
Hazel, are you ready?
I don't know why you asked me that question when I
No!
was there in attendance.
Then, for the thousands in attendance.
That was just Hazel. That,
And the millions watching at home.
yeah.
All of you watching and listening.
That's you.
And for one crazy bastard by the name of Kenneth Omega.
He took a lot of punishment on this show.
Yeah. Better nails. Better fucking nails.
Come on in. Oh, let's get ready to banter.
AEW Dynamite, blood and guts. You see it behind me. From Boston, Massachusetts.
From Boston.
We open up with the FTW Championship on the line. Hook defends against Jack Perry. We start this thing off with, the opening of Tarzan Boy. There's still some people waving, but most of the people have remembered we hate Jack Perry now. So the song's going, and it gets into the first verse before the lights go dark, and it stops. And we see a video of Jack Perry burying someone. His past, it seems, perhaps. Then a limo pulls up to his Uncharted.
You saw the boots, right?
Yeah. I saw the boots. Then a limo pulls up to his Uncharted desert location, and he gets in it. And then he comes out to fucking Beethoven.
Which I was pissed about because I'm like, this could have been your chance, bro. You call up Jimmy Hart. You call up Jimmy Hart, right? And you get a fake version of the 90210 theme. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You fucking up.
Mikey Ruckus can do that. You can do that.
I mean, look, Six, you thought you were pissed off. I had some people literally next to me like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I wanted something better. I'm just like,
yeah, give him something great, bro. What are you doing?
I
would have gave him the best heel theme.
I'm okay with this.
Fire shit, bro.
It's better than what these motherfuckers over there in Imperium got now. Because if they didn't have that shit, I would have been like, yo, I'll still listen to Walter's old theme, but that
classical
theme don't
music
exist
for the win. It's hilarious to me. It's hilarious.
I mean, he's not Bryan Danielson. He's not Claudio Castagnoli. That's not his vibe. He just threw away the wrestler part of him. He is now a Hollywood bastard. So I would have gave him a Hollywood bastard theme song.
Maybe that's just the new theme for the heels now. They just get the classical shit.
He's a pretentious theater kid.
I would have went and pulled the Christian and gave him a fucking fake version of an Evanescence song.
No, I'm gonna go with what TJ.
He does think he's Christian Cage out there.
I'm gonna go with what TJ said because this is basically theatrical shit. Where does wrestling come from? Theatrics.
Taz is 100% ready to see this man get his ass whipped, and we do get a little bit of it early before Jungle Boy takes control of the match. They brawl off into the crowd. Hook does the big diving punch off the barricade. One thing I like about this match is it's somewhat of a test for both Jack and Hook as young singles guys. Like, it's a test for Hook being in a longer, more focused singles match. He hasn't had a lot of those on major TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Jack, he's leading a match as a heel because he's the more experienced wrestler. And he's working heel for this, which he hasn't done a lot of. So, sort of uncharted water for both of these guys. And I thought they did really well within that respect.
I like how Hook is crazy enough. Holler! If you hear me!
You see!
I just love how Scott Steiner is just ruining our show.
But yeah,
get his takes in, yeah.
But yeah, I like how Hook was such a fucking bastard that he went around the entire ring. And then he gave his back to Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy heating up, trying to whoop his ass. Ref is like, chill.
Hook's got the aura down for sure.
OD. But he got the 730 pants, which makes me laugh because it reminds me of what I told you about when I went to get my hair braided.
Yeah.
Yo, 730.
Facts. Another bit that I noticed, Jack is taking bits and pieces of his heel repertoire from Christian, which makes sense. But he's also taking bits and pieces from what MJF told him.
Yes.
In terms of taking shortcuts instead of risks. Like he teased the dive and then didn't do it and the crowd booed him. Like, and he's cheating a lot, like pokes to the eyes, thumb to the eyes, hair pulling, shit like that.
All the little cheap shit that MJF likes to pull.
Yeah.
Bantering with the crowd and shit like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it really goes to show that whole story thread between MJF and Jungle Boy paid off because now Jungle Boy is doing exactly what MJF essentially told him to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they fight to the apron. Hook hits a capture suplex to the goddamn floor. Jack comes back into draping DDT to the outside. Hook manages to get back in at 9.9. Jack gets a German suplex, and then Hook just pops up, no sells that shit, and then hits Jack with one of his own suplexes for a near fall. But then he still got the wrist locked. He still got the waist locked, and he goes for two more. But Jack grabs the ref, and he can't see him hit a low blow on Hook, and then he hits the running forearm for the 1-2. He got him. No. Jack grabs the title, but Hook ducks it, goes for red rum, but they bump into the ref. The ref goes down. Hook hits a hook plex. And he goes to cover, but the ref's out, so Hook has to go wake him up. But then that gives Jack the room to hit Hook with the belt, and then he covers him for the 1, 2, and 3. Taz is furious.
He's devastated.
We got a new FTW champion, brother, and it's Jack Perry.
So in that last little run right there, right, you can hear Taz losing his shit. He must have known that the bullshit was coming because he's like, wake that ref up, wake him up, do whatever you can, shake him, do something, get him up. And Hook tried, but then that's when Jungle Boy, he was being a dirty diddler, and he did what he did. And it cost Hook the match and the FTW championship. I believe that this makes 6 champions now.
Yes, Jack Perry is the 6th champion. Joining, of course, Hook, Ricky Starks, Brian Cage,
Taz, and Sabu.
Taz. So yes, number 6 is Jack Perry.
Yes.
I'm kind of pissed because I wanted to be the 6th FTW champion.
It is what it is.
For what they did. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Hook's most significant singles match to date, his first loss, and a solid showing for what heel Jack Perry can be. I enjoyed this. Go ahead.
I also enjoyed this for seeing these two guys wrestle for the first time, like live, because never really got to see like Jungle Boy wrestle live and in person. So seeing him in heel mode for the first time was shocking to me. Like, oh my God, he could really pull this off. And he was pulling off all the dirty tricks and shit. And watching everyone be shocked beyond belief that he would do all of that clock, Hook with the belt, beat him, kill the undefeated streak of this man, win the belt, and just nobody couldn't believe it. But everyone was also saying, hey, Jungle Boy might possibly win this. He's been saying how he's been wanting to get a singles title run. And, you know, the FTW title isn't really recognizable in AEW, but guess what? It gets defended. It got defended on a big show like Blood and Guts. You know, character-wise, yeah, I understand what Taz was coming from. But if you read his tweet about how the a title that was not recognized is being defended on a big-ass show in Boston, that says something.
In Boston.
Okay, so all of you other guys out there that want to point out, oh, it's not a recognizable title, so what if it gets defended? Shut the fuck up, all right? Because you don't know the history of the FCW championship. It means fuck the world for the reason. It means fuck all you guys for doubting people who can't become world champions in the near future. This is a renegade belt. And right now, Jungle Boy's a motherfucking renegade.
This is the fuck the establishment belt. This is the title belt you win when basically you feel like you're a bigger star than what they think you are. You feel me? And you know your worth at this point, and you're ready to show that to the world. That's what the FTW championship stands for. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like fuck what the company says. I know I'm the fucking best. You feel me? And I mean that's a bold statement to carry that championship. And I mean look at the guys who've held it before, Hook and even Jungle Boy here. I mean, you got some guys that careers just basically just continue to get better. I mean, the only one that I can say, like, you know, didn't really do anything too crazy for was Brian Cage. But I think he only held it for a cup of coffee. When it comes to Ricky Starks, I mean, look at him now. Look at him now. When it comes to Hook, look at him now.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's elevating these guys. And I mean, the FTW championship is one of the championships that I remember like always being in love with as a kid. You know, every time that I would put on ECW and I would see, because the whole deal was with Shane Douglas being a bitch, but
wouldn't get the shot.
Yeah, he wouldn't. So you know, I mean, it still stands for that same value, for that same feel, and I respect it. Did you see that picture of Taz in a ring, an ECW ring that said Blood and Guts?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
ECW had a pay-per-view called Blood and Guts.
And it's crazy that they've taken their War Games match and named it after it. That's insane.
Yeah. So I think maybe throughout this whole entire match, there was probably 3 or 4 times in the distance, because they like to do that little crane shot in the camera in the back area. I probably saw myself maybe 4 times on the on the camera shots. And I've been telling Six the whole time we were doing Impact, this is me holding my phone the whole time trying to get footage. And one picture just looked so recognizable. And I was just like, oh, there it is right there. I'm on the TV. And it was right when the match ended, because you could see me at least like a good glimpse, maybe twice, depending on how long the crane shot took.
Nice.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, yes, especially considering, like we were talking about on Rampage, with the way you shoot the Blood and Guts arena with the 2 rings and everything. Yeah, there was definitely a good opportunity for you to be seen on camera.
Hey man, floor seats are so amazing. They are a little disorganizing though, but it is amazing just to be there like up close.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first from what I heard, the first Grand Slam was pretty disorganized, but I mean, just wait, because look what happened with Arthur Ashe. I mean, the first year was ass, and the second year, I mean, we just walked in there and they aimed us to where we had to go, and that was it.
Yeah, they did much better the second year, so I'm sure the year 3 will be even better.
I feel like they just got a bunch of J-Brons for the seasonal program and shit, and they didn't train them properly on how to direct people to where they need to be seated. Oh, go that way. Oh, go upstairs and then go back down. What the fuck?
I think that would be rough to have the seasonals working the fucking wrestling show. Alex Marvez, the teleportation god, he has moved to a diner to see if Chris Jericho will join Don Callis. It's Impact style. They're talking at a table. The camera is a distance away, trying to capture their conversation. But the security ain't having it. He walks over. He looks at them. He's like, "You guys got to get the hell out of here. Get out of here, man."
Yep.
So they ain't having it. Taz is not having it either. He is very upset that his son lost the damn title. He's like, "Yo, listen, bro.
Yep.
I'm very hot right now."
You know what sucks though?
What?
Alex Marvez had to walk back after that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because his insurance transmission only works 2. And
Bro,
not back.
from. Yeah.
Bro, he was literally right next to North Station on the fucking the little T line and shit that takes you to like all the other places in Massachusetts. And he's sitting there, come back, waiting for Jericho and Don Callis on the outside, like, oh my god, this nigga's Goku.
Yeah, man, that's the teleportation god. Now we got MJF and Adam Cole at Kowloon to get over MJF's fear of spicy food.
They're
Spicy food.
Hold on. Spicy food. And wait till you see what the spicy food is.
Said spicy food being General Tso's chicken. They are white men. Yeah.
They went to Revere, Massachusetts to go eat Calhoun. What the fuck?
Yes.
Them fools ain't never had no Larias, bro.
Yeah, they don't eat a lot of seasoning, clearly.
Bro, I'm telling you, just like this, they ain't never had no sazon Goya. They ain't never had none of it, bro. They never had no adobo. They don't know what the fuck.
They don't know what's going on.
How they gonna eat General Tso chicken and be like, that's too hot?
Yeah, they eat it. And they're both freaking out. MJF, he asked for a drink, so they get a drink, and then MJF is like, "Yo, this drink is crazy. Yo, what is this?" And then he's like, "What's wrong with this water?" And the waiter's like, "That's not water. That's alcohol."
That's 100%. He said, "That's 100%
alcohol."
Yeah. So now the boys are lit.
What the fuck?
So they're looking over at the waiter, and they're like, "Who the hell did they say he looks like?"
Fuck. Who the fuck was it? Fuck.
Oh yeah, MJF said he looks like Sammy Guevara.
Not yet. They said someone else first.
Yeah, and
they said he looked like he said he looks like Daniel Garcia. He's like,
Daniel
Garcia. He looks like Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, that's like, no way, he looks like Sammy Guevara. So then they both agree, yo, let's hit him with the double clothesline. And
they lit.
The poor waiter's like, oh my god, what? And then he just sees Cole and MJF running at him. Yep, these two are getting better and better by the week.
I just like how MJF is just like, so there I was standing in front of 99,000 MJF maniacs.
And
that's not how that happened. That's not how that happened.
Cole is like, you've told this story like 8 times, man.
And every time that's not even how.
94,000 MJF maniacs. I slammed the 600-pound giant Big Bill, brother.
No, you did not. I like how they put on the lays at the end.
Yo,
they put the lays on. It's the little plastic wedding lays that they be having.
Yeah.
Type you get like at a baby shower or some shit.
Yeah, very, very fun segment with MJF and Adam Cole.
Yes.
Then Marvez has somehow found his way back to the arena, and he has found Chris Jericho and Don Callis.
Walk.
He's like, yeah. He's like, all right, do you guys have an answer? And Jericho and Callis is like, you're an idiot. And Jericho says, you're a fatheaded idiot. They both walk inside. So poor Marvez had to walk all the way back just to get called a fat-headed idiot by these assholes.
Hold on. Notice how, right? The security guard stops Alex Marvez, but not the cameraman.
Yes.
Why?
No.
That shit feels personal as hell. What the fuck is that all about? God damn.
They got no respect for Marvez. It's because you won't teach him how to teleport. You're not going to teach me the fucking powers, man. That's why your ass can't teleport back. That's why you can only go 2. So we got Britt Baker versus Kayla Sparks. And this is a squash match.
A New York girl in Boston.
In Boston. Yeah, they did the New York girl dirty in Boston. So
Mhm.
You know what's funny when they were doing commercial because Justin Roberts likes to talk to the crowd and shit, get them all hyped. The girl was already in the ring. He announces before we get back on air that she's from Queens. Boos drop insanely.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Damn,
Why you set her up? Why you set her up like that, Tony? That's foul.
that's a setup, bro.
I'm
That's
like,
terrible.
I'm like, yo, Justin, you fucked up there.
He might as well have said she was from Yankee Stadium.
Basically.
Boo! Fuck.
They knew what they was doing there. They knew
From
exactly
Madison Square Garden.
Oh my god, don't
boo!
even say that.
So you know what? This match, though, I will say, having seen Collision now, I sort of see the point in why Tony did this, even though I still somewhat don't agree. I think someone else could have been put in the spot. But given that Taya won her match and then called out Britt, clearly Tony wanted to put Britt back in visibility to set up the match.
Yeah.
So that element of it I can understand. But again, I am still going to say that if you have this situation where you have a limited time slot for the women on this show, give it to Taya. Why not give it to Taya? Give it to Willow. There are other options other than doing a squash match for someone who won't benefit from a squash match.
Nah, I get it now. Now that they did that little bit, I mean, I still don't like it. It's not a choice I would have made. But
it makes more sense.
It makes more sense now that they did that whole situation with Taya on Collision. If we didn't watch Collision yet, then we would have still had the same, I guess, commentary over it, where basically it's like you use a time like this to actually elevate somebody, especially like Taya or Willow, somebody who can come out there and give these people a quick boom, boom, bam type of match. And then that's the type of squash you kind of want. Yeah. But I mean, I guess they did what they did, and it was all right.
Yeah.
Now, from what I saw was okay. The girl's already in the ring. Here comes Britt Baker. Big pop. Yay! First of all, I'm gonna say this now because I didn't say this in the opening. Pyro is loud, son. I was just shocked. Like you'll see the footage. Like I got the opening Pyro segment. I'm like, okay, that's loud as fuck. But Britt's was pretty fucking loud. And then once that happened, we all did the DMD. Everybody sat down. And then it went quiet. The minute the glove came out, a little pop, the jawbreaker, lockjaw, bong, big pop there. That was it. Everything else, it was just absolute silence. But then it went quiet after the match was over. People were like, yo, we could have gotten up to go get something and shit. That was the case. Damn. Like, what the fuck was this? People, like, I wouldn't say people were like upset or outraged. They were just like, okay, that's it. It's over. But then you got what we just saw earlier with Taya Valkyrie cutting that promo on Britt. We're now going to see what with next week, since they're going to give Britt more time on television. Let's see what let's do. Other than that, I wouldn't say disappointing, but I think you could have did more than have Britt Baker just wrestle a body for fuck's sake. It's blood and guts. What the hell? Like, if you didn't have anything else built up going on to the card, just have the 3 matches that you scheduled and just run it. Like, you could have done a whole lot more here. I'm just saying.
Yo, by the way, shout out to Taz, because he pulled the me and he was like, I like the color coordination. That's my deal.
Yeah,
and
true.
She legit had half blue, half red. So that was kind of cool the way she did that. So shout out to Taz for picking that up, because that's a me bar right there.
That's right, brother. So now we got Renee Paquette with MJF and Adam Cole. Adam Cole says he is in fact not surprised about how well they've done in this blind tag eliminator. MJF, he pulls out some matching belts for them, and Cole's like, oh, you got that? Well, guess what I got? He pulls out matching jackets for them, and then he says, I got one more thing for us too, but you're just going to have to wait until we get out there to see what it is. And now MJF's like, you did what? Come on now, buddy. Don't keep me waiting like this. And he runs off after him like a fucking scamp. And then Roderick Strong pulls up afterward like the jealous boyfriend he is.
Adam, wait, come back to
Adam.
Wait. With his goddamn neck brace.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Roderick Strong is like Patrick from SpongeBob. Like, Adam, I thought what we had was special.
What do you normally do when I'm gone? Wait for you to get back.
Basically. Goddamn. Poor.
Why are you doing Roddy like that, man?
Oh, it hurts to laugh. So
He got that. It gives me Zack Ryder vibes.
It does. Like, you can't have him looking all sad in the neck brace, man. That's not good.
And the worst part is that they had him come out hot. You feel me? Like when he first came out, they had big pop. They they had all the stuff for him, and they were showing all the packages and all that shit.
Yeah.
To then have him be fucking third fiddle, fucking neck brace. I feel like all of this shit eventually. I feel like Tony Khan is smart enough that he'll take this entire situation and actually make it do something. I feel like in the end, it's all gonna be for a reason, and I have a feeling that Adam Cole has more in his mind than what we think.
Yes. But now, Roddy is upset. He's like, not now, Renee. He's slowly losing his boy day by day to MJF. But we go out to the ring now because it's the blind tag eliminator final. MJF and Adam Cole versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel
This is
Garcia.
my moment in time. This is my type of flight.
And
then
you
like the way that I did?
You like the way I move? They out here. They are out here.
Wow.
God,
Did it.
I know it is.
People right next to me were doing it. I'm saying, this is me just standing up. Hold on. This is me standing up. Now this is everybody else doing this shit. Now this is me lowering myself. I am not a sheep. I like these guys, but I'm not sheep. I ain't gonna be air fucking.
Stop it.
Get some help. No, get some therapy.
Man.
Go get a book.
Listen,
Where the fuck are your parents?
It's over. It's over. He has gotten it over.
I know it's over, but there are other ways that Daniel Garcia could be over other than air fucking.
In fact, it's so over. Well, first, before we even get to that, MJF's music plays. He comes out, as he's been doing. He's like, all right, and here's my partner. And then his MJF's music plays again. And he's like, hey,
Wait,
what are you guys doing?
No.
You played my music twice, guys. What are you doing? But then, it's all about that.
The crowd went crazy.
Yep.
Everyone did a huge pop.
And no one popped bigger than MJF himself.
Yep.
He was like, you gotta mash up. You gotta mash up. Yeah.
Damn right he did. By the way, Chris Jericho also comes out.
Yeah. Universal style of joint commentary.
Everybody wanted to sing, but Jericho was like, no, fuck you guys.
But yes, as we know, usually what MJF does is these little partnerships. He's usually the one that comes up with the mashup theme. So the fact that Adam Cole did it for him this time, he must have been ecstatic. Like, he must have been over the moon.
Which is why, once again, I feel like all of these things that he's doing are just big brain plays, bro. I feel like everything he's doing. Yeah, think about it. He knows that MJF is the one who does that.
Yeah.
He just saw him do that with Sammy Guevara.
With Sammy Guevara, yeah.
He's getting into MJF.
He's doing everything that MJF would normally do for everyone else.
Yeah.
You feel me? The matching jackets, things of that nature, taking him here, taking him there, having him face his fear. He's luring him to believe that he is his friend instead of it being the other way around, which is how it usually goes.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a big brain play.
Yeah. So, and I mean, even in that interim time, we get to this match. These boys have chemistry, man.
Now, before you even talk about this, let me explain what happened here. I left right after the entrances were done, I had to go use the facilities. I needed to go get merch, and I wanted to get a beer. And I'm thinking, all right, this match is probably going to take like a good portion of the whole first hour going into the second hour. So I hear music. I don't know what the fuck's going on because I'm waiting in line in the bathroom to go take a piss. And all I hear is the crowd going nuts. So I don't see anything. I don't even go on my phone to go on the legal channels to see what the hell's going on. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's probably some goofy shit that I'm probably missing right now. So I basically missed all of that took place and the whole fucking match. So now I go back to my hotel room. I'm like, okay, let me go basically fast forward to what I did not see, what I didn't get footage of. So I see the match. I wanted to basically throw up all the alcohol that I had in my system.
This man's upset.
Because the most entertaining part happens next.
Yes, it's
Go ahead,
a
TJ.
dance off, a literal dance off. It starts off with MJF, like Garcia's doing his dance, and then MJF he's doing it back. So then MJF's like, "You want to do a dance off like it's Guardians of the Galaxy, like Star-Lord challenge."
Yep.
And then they do a dance off. They play the music. They're dancing. Fucking Garcia and Sammy, they've got this routine that you could tell they kind of worked on, but Sammy ain't got no rhythm. So
Sammy got no rhythm. And you know what hurts on commentary? Taz goes, both of these men are Latino. And I'm over here. I'm over here like, barely, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking maybe Daniel, because that, Buffalo kids, you feel me?
yeah.
But not no Sammy. What the fuck are you talking about? He can't even speak Spanish. What the fuck are you talking about?
And he calls himself a Spanish god. Nigga,
He can't speak Spanish at all.
Son of a bitch.
Take that fucking name.
So at least Daniel Garcia got some rhythm, but poor fucking, I don't know if he was faking it or if he was really that bad. If he was really that bad, then damn Ty, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you, son. Being Latina and not just Latina, but Brazilian,
Portuguese.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro.
Well,
and then fucking Adam Cole comes. Well, MJF comes out and he does a little number. And Adam Cole, he's all right. Not Adam Cole, MJF. MJF, he's all right. You feel me? He's doing a little thing. He got little white boy dances. He's all.
I mean, did he dance on the Rosie O'Donnell show when he was a young kid?
Yeah. They said that on commentary too. Yeah,
exactly.
And you see him, and he's doing his little moves and a little John Travolta-ish, but he getting it in. You feel me? It's better than whatever the fuck Sammy Guevara was trying to do. And then Adam Cole comes in, and God, he just emotes, bro. he emotes badly. He's emoting badly. It's horrible, bro. Yo, I created a new word. It's horrible.
It's horror, bro.
God
horror,
damn,
bro.
God damn. That
like
shit was...
He basically does the dance that he does to Britt Baker in bed. Like, why do we need to see that?
He did the Chugs dance. He did the Chugs dance. This was the Chugs. You rocking with the Chugs.
Oh,
you think Kevin Nash would rate his dance moves since he was in the Magic Mike movies?
He probably shit on him. But you see, Kevin Nash was probably not dancing that well. They probably edited that shit situation pretty well, because I don't know if you remember, he got two left knees. And I don't mean that he got that it's like they're on backwards. No. I mean, this nigga's knees is cooked.
No, his quads are done.
He can't move, bro.
It's a different situation.
When you are doing this shit.
It was again,
and a whole bunch of this shit.
Very, very white. Very white.
And then
very
you
funny
the gimmick
though.
with the leg.
I think Xavier been giving him too many dance lessons since the party, up about down, left, right. He's been hanging out with Xavier a bit too much.
So this crazy dance
He'd
off.
be able to dance if he was dancing with Xavier Woods.
Yeah, he'd be a little better at it.
Would be dancing on some John Witherspoon shit. This nigga doing some bang, 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 bang. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You'd be better. You'd be better. But this crazy dance off ends with Garcia and Sammy jumping MJF and Cole. So again, these men have gotten a double clothesline over to its highest degree. The crowd's chanting for it.
Ooh.
They're popping like crazy for it. Every time they go for it, the crowd is like, it's like a fucking 6:30 or something. Like it really is like Hogan slamming the Giant in front of 93,000 MJF Maniacs. Crazy. It's crazy how over this double clothesline is.
Yep.
So they go for it on Sammy, but he gets a double Spanish fly. They go for it again, but Garcia comes in. He puts Cole in the Dragon Tamer. Cole calls for MJF to dive to the outside. And MJF, he's reluctant to dive. But then Cole's like, you got to dive. And he holds the ropes for him. So MJF hits the ropes, and he goes through, hits a tope suicida. Crowd fucking loses it.
You would have thought Hogan slammed the Giant. I'm telling you.
Yep.
You would have thought.
You would have thought.
For a tope suicida from MJF.
You would have thought fucking RVD just fucking did a frog splash off the top of the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
Like, that's the vibe. Like, they went crazy for
everything this man said at the scrum, he's literally proven himself to be right in terms of working smarter and not harder. The shit he's getting over is simple as double clothesline, tope suicida. Like, easy, basic, simple shit is getting the craziest pops during this tag team run with Adam Cole. MJF, they're on fire.
Here's the thing, right? When it comes to moves, right? If you're somebody, and I've been saying this for a long time too, because I feel the same way about a lot of the new guys who are coming out here. Yeah, it's cool to see some of that amazing shit. But damn if it don't feel better when you actually hold back on doing a lot of that and then do it when the time is right. Yeah. Like, it's just great storytelling, man, because you keep holding back on it. I feel like that's one of the reasons why the One-Winged Angel is so successful. He doesn't always get to hit it properly, and when he does, the match is over. So I mean, smart on them, you feel me? And it's something that more guys nowadays should implement, because I'm cool with all the crazy shit. I love fucking 5-star matches, but goddamn, if it's not even bigger when you hold back on using some of that stuff and only using it when you really need to.
Yeah. So the dive works, and then Panama Sunrise follows. They hit the double clothesline, and they cover Garcia for the 1, 2, and 3. MJF and Cole win. They will face FTR next week on Collision for the tag team titles. These two are golden together. Golden. Yep.
Speaking of, though,
shame that it's going to end right after that Collision match.
It may.
Let's see what happens.
And we even see, because Cole grabs the world title and he glances at it before he hands it to MJF, and MJF spots that and he snatches the title, and there's now a bit of friction between them before, cooler heads prevail. The crowd chants for them to hug it out. They do hug it out. And luckily enough, they do, because now here comes FTR, and the tag champs come down to the ring. They stare down with them. Cash hits this gem of a line. Double clothesline my asshole. They're spicy. They're spicy.
Yeah, there's also a part towards the end, right, where they play, the mashup theme, right?
Yeah.
And Dax gets right in hard cam, and he goes, "We're the fucking champions. Play our music."
Yeah.
Which, gold to me. Gold. By the way, I'm telling you, you see the way Adam Cole was looking at that championship?
Yeah.
I feel like he's the one with ulterior motives and not MJF.
It could be the case. But yeah, I came back right when the match was over, when Adam Cole had the belt in his hands and all that stuff. FTR came out. Huge pop in Boston for that. Everyone was expecting, okay, FTR is here. Where's Punk? I'm like, at this point, if FTR is here, then that's the best we're going to get so far, because I don't think we're going to go into anything else, because the next match was about to come up right after this. But it was fun seeing both of those two guys in the ring, setting up the tag match next week for Collision. Again, who's gonna betray who between these two guys, between Cole and MJF?
Yes, that. I mean, I don't
Telling.
know if it were me. This thing is so hot that I would, whatever they're planning on doing and how they're planning on breaking it up, I would reevaluate the situation because this thing is hot.
Like if it was me personally, I would not have Roddy get involved in the tag match. Have them lose clean to FTR. If you're gonna do MJF and Adam Cole one more time, that's when you could get Roddy involved.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because obviously Roddy is going to play his part in that story.
Exactly.
He's gonna get involved at one point. So, well, I mean, but we'll see when it happens. Now we got Renee with the best friends, Darby Allin and Nick Wayne, who all have a busy weekend between Rampage and Death Before Dishonor, and everything going on. Darby notes that he's in the Royal Rampage alongside Nick Wayne, and who else is in that match? Swerve. So I've got to see him in that match, and I intend to win the whole damn thing. But then he looks at Orange Cassidy and is like, hey, I got a guy that did a lot for me when I was homeless, when I was coming up in the wrestling business. He looked out for me. So, I'm not asking for a handout, but I'm just asking. We're cool, right? So would you give AR Fox a shot at the international title? And Orange is like, yeah, we're cool. So AR Fox can have a title shot.
Yeah, why not? Basically.
Why not?
Yeah. We got the commentators running down Rampage and everything, Collision and everything. And then Chompy pulls up. It's Shark Week. Taz is not with it. He's like, I'm not in the mood, Chompy. I'll push him off the stage, bro. Get him
Don't
away
let him touch me. Don't let him touch me.
Don't let him touch me, bro.
Get away from me. He even looks back.
Taz does not like Chompy.
Because when he high fives, when Chompy high fives Skiavon,
yes,
Taz looks back like,
Tony's like, give him a high five. Taz is like, no.
Bet money that's Nyla Rose in a shark suit again.
Let's not forget that they were also promoting the Owen Hart AEW action figures as well.
Yes.
Taz snatched it from Excalibur. Like, I want to hold it.
He pulled the Hazel.
It's mine.
I want to see.
It looks like there's been enough talk.
It's time
for the
main event.
Blood and guts. The Blackpool Combat Club. John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Konosuke Takeshita, and Pac versus the Golden Elite, Kenny Omega, Hangman Adam Page, the Young Bucks, and Kota Ibushi.
Now, watching this fucking cage descend from the rafters going down into the ring gave me the biggest goosebumps ever. Holy shit. I'm watching this live. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to expect. All I know is I'm going to get as much footage as I possibly fucking can right now because it looks like it's going to be absolute carnage. And man, oh man, was I not... They did not disappoint me here.
Yes. We start this match with Claudio Castagnoli and Kenny Omega. Real graps up in this shit. Early on, the crowd is chanting, go to that ring. They want them to go to the second ring. So Claudio fakes like he's going to put Kenny in the other ring, but then he doesn't.
He's a heel.
Yeah, he's a heel. But then Kenny actually does go to the second ring.
He's a babyface.
Yeah, so
because we haven't gotten any wrestling in that ring where I was at. So I'm like, yeah, can we get wrestling in this ring, please? Like, for fuck's sake.
Hey, we want some action on this side.
Thanks. Why y'all hating on the black rope ring?
Yeah, man. On the brother.
It's racist.
Why y'all hating on my side for?
So, number 2 for the BCC is the Bastard Pack. Of course, heels get the advantage to space out the pops properly. So they beat down Kenny for a bit, leading to number 2 for the Elite being Hangman, the perfect man to throw alongside Omega in the fire, the reunion of Hangmega, the former tag champs.
I liked how all the BCZ guys were coming out, like basically where I was sitting, because I got good footage of basically everyone who was coming out through that entrance.
Yeah, the back alley entranceway.
Yeah, because I was like, where the fuck are these guys coming from? Because the crowd's looking somewhere. I'm like, where the fuck they at? And I look up. I'm like, oh, okay, there they go.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that they changed Claudio's theme to the more theatrical version of that song, because goddamn, that's an arena song. That's a song you play in an arena, and
Nice.
it explodes when and then the fucking
They were
cymbals.
playing it a lot.
Oh
during
god,
the commercial.
that shit felt huge, bro. Claudio coming out felt like it was the fucking president coming out. God damn,
Shit was dope.
hell yeah.
And then speaking of dope, this crazy son of a bitch, he changed the whole complexion of the match. Jon Moxley comes in number 3 for the BCC. He could not have had a better entrance. He immediately just pulls out weapons and starts stabbing motherfuckers. He starts stabbing Kenny Omega immediately.
Yeah.
He said, "This is blood and guts. It's time to bleed."
Yes.
They were like, "What is that? A screwdriver? Oh, it's a fork! It's a fork!"
This man puts Hangman down and then pulls out broken glass.
Yep.
He's like, "It's time to bleed, you sons of bitches." Number 3 for the Elite is Nick Jackson, who pulls up, clears the ring in spectacular fashion before Mox takes him out with a suplex onto the broken glass. Calm your ass down with all that flippity-floppity shit. It's blood and guts. Number 4 is Wheeler Yuta, who brings a chair into the equation and
That
also gets in on the stabby stab action. Yes, that little shit out here stabbing people.
Yo, run that sentence back through your mind right quick.
What, that little shit stabbing people?
Yeah. There go that little shit stabbing motherfucker. Look.
Yeah, look.
Little shit always fucking stabbing motherfucker.
Always fucking trying to stab a motherfucker. What's wrong with it?
You go to school.
You just all you're stabbing people. Number 4 for the Elites is Matt Jackson, who clears the ring before Mox and Claudio cut him off. Kenny hits a Kotaro Crusher on Yuta onto the glass, which is crazy because you landed face first. And then that leads to the final man for the BCC, which is the evil Konosuke Takeshita. You got to hear the theme, Hazel.
Theme.
The evil theme.
So awesome.
It was literally just
hey, best theme in AEW next to House of Black, Julia Hart, and Eddie Kingston's theme.
the greatest theme of all time will always be Tommaso Ciampa's theme though.
No, greatest theme of all time will be
Sounds of
Konosuke
Hatred.
Takeshita's.
Yes.
Bro, literally, Tommaso Ciampa would come out and his theme song was "Fuck you, Ciampa! Fuck you, Ciampa!"
At that point, when his theme hit, I was already losing my fucking voice because I couldn't even scream that loud anymore.
He's here. Takeshita
I was like,
is here.
theme!
And then as Takeshita pulls up into the ring, Jon Moxley pulls out a bed of nails. And of course, like he's been for most of the brutal spots in this match, Kenny Omega is the first recipient of this bed of nails action.
He's a nut, bro. He's a nut.
Mox kicks him into it, then slams him on it. But worry not, Kenny, as he's finally here. Number 5 for the Golden Elite, Kota Ibushi.
Now the music hits for Kota. Everyone's already chanting his name. They're chanting it. They're chanting it. They're getting hype. The minute he walks out and steps into that center stage, the whole fucking building could have caved in, bro. That shit was goddamn.
He drinks it in. He drinks it in, bro. He's just
there and takes it in menacingly.
And then Wheeler Yuta tried to be a hater.
Yeah.
Yuta pulled up, tried to take him out, and Bushi just knocked him out. One right hand. Boom. Goodbye.
Clean.
He heads down, enters the cage, and does the same thing to everyone else, just giving hands. Just bop, bop, bop. And then that leaves only Mox, who's stomping on Kenny's hand onto the nails, looking up at Ibushi, blood streaming down his face like, fuck you, yeah, I got your guy right here. And Ibushi's like, yes, you do. And here I come. Ibushi steps through those ropes. He steps towards Mox, starts giving him hands. And he feels the pain. Coda slams him onto the nails, and then Moonsault presses him onto the nails. Wildin'.
Fucking Mox was out here going, bring that shit here. Bring it. I want all the fucking smoke. Ibushi, you've been talking all this shit. Let's fucking go.
You think I'm afraid of Kota Ibushi? He was not afraid.
He came out here like, you think this a game? You think this a fucking game?
Come on.
Real
Come
shit.
Ding, ding, ding.
But yeah, Yuta, he climbs onto the top of the cage and beckons Matt Jackson to join him. So he does. Matt follows him up to the top, and then he gets him. They trade hands, and then Matt gets him in the multiple Northern Light suplexes. He hits 3, going ever closer to the edge, and he's gonna go for a 4th and murder him off the cage.
The crowd was literally chanting, "Throw him off! Throw him off!"
Bloodthirsty Bostonites.
Actually, I'm gonna go back to something with the Taz situation. Like, you see how he was talking about the aesthetics and how he likes how everything is color coordinated.
Yes.
The Elite fucked that up for me. The Hung Bucks fucked that up for me here. Everybody who wasn't wearing black was wearing silver and blue.
Yes.
Why the fuck did the Hung Bucks? Why the fuck did the Hung Bucks come out here in fucking purple? And not just any purple, fucking Barney purple. At least if it was fucking indigo, you feel me? It would kind of
on Twitter
blue.
Was like, our colors? Our fucking
Exactly.
colors?
Exactly. Like, you're wearing purple, fam. That's disrespectful. Fucking up the whole aesthetic of the match.
I think the Dark Order needs to be in a blood and guts match after that Death Before Dishonor match we witnessed.
That match was great.
That shit was great.
That shit was a goat.
That shit was great.
Man, that shit was crazy.
Yes.
But yes, so Yuta, after realizing he was almost killed and just avoiding that, he climbs back down. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So then Matt, he stays on top and produces thumbtacks, which he drops into the cage. And Claudio and Pac are the victims of being backdropped onto these thumbtacks. And then you maniacs in the crowd start chanting for tables. Like, I don't have a fucking bed of nails in the ring.
No, we were chanting, we want fire. That's what
we were chanting. We want fire, yeah.
We wanted fire because, if Matt Jackson want to go on fucking promo packages talking about Jon Moxley, you survived an explosive super kick. I got some more for you, but I'm like, so where the fuck is it?
Where's the fire?
Where's the fire? Where's the smoke?
Fire.
Where's the fire? What the fuck? You promised us
Beavis.
more shit.
Beavis, the entire Boston, instead of it becoming Beantown, it became Beavis Town.
Yeah, Beavis Town.
And they wanted fire. And I'm like,
fire.
no, what they're going through right now is enough.
Yeah, like, goddamn, man. There's a bed of nails in there.
Yep, they got tables. They got everything, bro. They got better nails. They got glass, for fuck's sake. Glass. Thumbtacks. They got tacks stuck to the bottom of shoes.
Yeah, this shit don't make no sense.
God,
So,
damn,
but because these are nice guys, they get you your damn table at the very least.
Yeah, we got the table. Shit.
Yeah. So Pac
It was
gets
on the far side of the ring.
Pac gets wombo comboed by the whole damn gang. They just jump him. You can't escape. More bang for your buck. Moonsault from Hangman. They just fucking him up. Then Takeshita and Ibushi are traded in the second ring. I will say about Kota Ibushi, he did look every bit of a man that has only wrestled 2 matches in 2 years.
That is an actual fact because
he was a bit blown up.
There was a big difference between me watching that shit live and then watching it back at the hotel. Watching it live was like, I got what little that I can because they were still wrestling far away. But then watching it on the computer, I'm like, you look fucking lost. What in the hell? Like, yeah, he only had 2 matches.
A bit tired to me, to be honest.
He had 2 matches, and he looked like he was beating himself up. Honestly, like,
and I think he was mostly carried by the vibes of the whole thing. Like, he was able to hit the spots he needed to, like when he first came in and hit the punches on everybody, and like he the aura and being alongside all his guys helped carry him.
I feel like he became most alive at the very end, when he did the crazy bump on the thumbtacks and did the snow angel and shit.
For no fucking reason.
For no fucking reason. I'm like,
such a maniac.
But then I'm like, It's Kota Ibushi. This man has shot Roman candles onto himself. So
Yeah,
what the fuck?
he has
Yeah.
goals beyond our understanding. So
Yeah. He's trying to build a threshold for pain that none of us we ain't about that life right now.
yeah, we not built like Cody Ibushi. He's different. So
Nah, he's
He also looked a lot more like buff, like he looked bigger, bro.
yeah.
I don't know what
We're
the fuck
working
he
it-
been doing, but he looked like he was lifting.
putting in work in his own academy to compete against New Japan Pro Wrestling's academy.
But yeah, Pac hits a monkey bar swinging double stomp through a table between the rings. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was fucking
Fucking
nuts.
We get the 10-way face off, and then the BCC all lock in submissions as Claudio gets Matt in the second ring and swings him, and then puts him in the sharpshooter. But Ibu makes all the necessary saves. Then we go back to the other ring. Mox kisses the camera and leaves it bloody like the sick freak he is.
Yeah,
You
and for
sick
a hot
fuck.
minute,
You sick
they
fuck.
couldn't use that camera. So
Mhm.
all the good shots that they could have got, they had to use like the external cameras, and they didn't look as good. Eventually, you see the cameraman wiping it off from one of the other camera angles, and they go back.
They're
to the
just out of focus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he had to wipe it down. There was blood everywhere,
fucking Mox.
and you can hear the crowd go. "Ugh," when they saw that.
Yeah, was that approved AEW?
It's Mox. What you gonna say to him?
Gotta get that
But
approved.
then we get a bit of miscommunication between the BCC as Claudio hits Pac with an uppercut in the corner, which Pac is a bastard. So as soon as he got hit with that uppercut, he was like, "What the fuck was that, huh? What the fuck was that?" And Claudio was like, "Yo, it was an accident." And Claudio and Pac was like, "No, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you."
He's a bastard. He's
You
a bastard.
bastard.
So he goes under the ring. He grabs fucking bolt cutters. He cuts the door open and he's like, "Fuck you guys. I'm out of here."
Fuck
And
this
he
shit.
leaves.
I'm out.
Yeah. He's out of here.
He pulled the
So-
cart. Oh my god, he literally is Cartman now.
Screw you guys. I'm getting here.
Yeah.
God damn
Screw
it.
you guys. I'm going to Death Train. So yeah, he's out of here.
Yep.
So eventually, as now the Elite has the advantage 5-on-4, and eventually Don Callis recognizes this and he calls Takeshita. He's like, "Hey, let's go. It's over. We ain't got the advantage no more. We're fucked. We're fucked. We gotta get out of here." So Takeshita's gone, and that leaves it 5-on-3. In a callback to more specifically Mox and Hangman, the finish where fucking Hangman lived up to his namesake once again. They grab a chain, they wrap it around Yuta's neck, the whole Golden Elite, and they try to murder this man.
Yep.
Mox is handcuffed in between the two rings. He has no choice. He can't save Yuta, so he has no choice but to call it off. He surrenders, and the Golden Elite are your winners of Blood and Guts.
I hated that ending.
6 hates the ending.
Yep.
I like it.
I feel like they beat a shell of a team, and
Nah.
I feel like they should have done a lot more to, at least towards the end, to make it feel like they beat a complete team. I don't know. It doesn't feel done to me, and I feel like Blood and Guts usually makes things feel done, and this is not even in the slightest done to me.
My counterpoint is that the BCC were never going to truly be a complete team because they lost Danielson. He was hurt. And then they had to go around. Their first option was likely Eddie Kingston to recruit.
Mhm.
Couldn't get him because he was in Japan. So they had to go and get these outsiders. Takeshita was with Don Callis, who's a snake, and Pac, who's a fucking bastard. So any slight thing that could go wrong, he's not loyal to you, and he'll fuck off just like he did here. So they were in a situation where they were trying to get together the numbers to defeat the Elite. They got guys who they probably wouldn't have trusted if they had the situation the way they would have wanted it, and they got fucked over. And they probably should have shown this on TV, but they didn't. Post match, Omega talks to them, and then they come together and they shake hands, and they basically, this whole thing has been about the BCC pushing the Elite to try to be, better like they are, because the BCC is trying to build AEW in their image, and they thought the Elite were soft, And the Elite finally proved here that they weren't soft. They were ready to kill and fucking bleed and die for this shit. So they bled together, like the BCC always says. In order to get our respect, you got to bleed with us. They did that. So, they came together and ended the feud there. So I think if they would have showed that part on TV, it would have made sense.
That would have made me feel a lot better, to be honest.
Yeah.
That would have made me feel a lot better. But the way that they ended it, the way that it went, and it just that happens and the Fades to Black, that shit left me with a sour ass fucking note. I was just like,
and I will say that on top of it, I love the match. I thought it was the best Blood and Guts match yet. But I did think there was a lot of production issues, like not only not showing that post match, but just like certain camera angles that they fucking they almost missed the finish. When they had Yuta in the choke and you didn't really see it cut to fucking something random instead of what they would probably wanted to do, cutting the Mox surrendering for them so that made sense.
Yep. And if commentary wasn't there, we wouldn't have known.
Yeah. So there was a lot of production errors like that hopefully, they'll, tighten up on the next one.
Yeah, I it was a good match. Not just a good match, it was a great match. I enjoyed this match. Yeah. But again, like I said, that was the only thing is that ending, the way that it just finished like that, just kind of left me sour. Yeah. And I kind of wish, like you said, that they showed that part. And I hope that going forward there's some story to it and here and there, so it can kind of at least make it feel whole. But the fact is, to me, I'm used to Blood and Guts being the end, and at least if they would have showed that end part, that would have felt like the end. But it didn't because of the way that they ended it. So
yeah.
Now, holy fuck. Now, when I'm watching this shit live and they're doing the whole ending shit, they're shaking hands, they're giving them the respect, basically solidified the rivalry being over there. Now the Elite can move on to better things like Kenny getting back the U.S. title from Ospreay. But that's probably going to be ended because he still has to do a Konosuke. Humbucks will probably be going after the Trios division. I don't know what they're going to be doing with Kota, if he's all Elite or not. But this whole match solidified the true ending here because this has been going on since May. All right. And we're 2 months in. We figured what the hell we ended here with Blood and Guts, since this is the be-all, end-all of all the rivalries, right? Seeing this live, holy fuck. I wanted to cry so bad. It was so amazing. Sometimes I told myself, I wish it wasn't over. And then it was over. And then I saw other shows. But watching it back on the computer, when I didn't get to see most of the other stuff because they didn't even play any of the shit on the center screens that they had above. That shit was off. So watching everything on the computer, holy fuck, this was actually everything that I actually wanted, really. I didn't, explosions or no explosions, there was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of carnage, and there was a lot of blood. And the violence
and guts
took it up a notch. And with the fucking boarded up with the nails on the board, oh my god. That is probably the most extreme thing AEW has done so far since the exploding barbed wire death match. And they went to those levels to give you guys how a prime example of how graphic this shit could be going into next year and next year and next year. I had an amazing time. I just wish you guys were there to watch this with me. Because
I would have loved to go to this show. It would have been fun.
Because fuck did I feel no. Honestly, I'm just gonna say this. I didn't go to Boston just to be a part of Blood and Guts. There was more to it. I just wanted to get the fuck out of this town so I don't have to feel miserable. And I got happy being in the city for the time that I had there. It was so much fun. I really, being with family, got to hang out for a bit with some friends, smoked, got to be alone, got to ride the subways. It was so much fun. And then you find out, oh my God, I got 5 hours to get the fuck out of here and go back being miserable in Springfield. It was all over.
You're good, though. You're good. We're here for you.
Yeah.
You got your boys.
Overall, like, I had the best experience ever. Best early birthday present ever. And I can't thank my wife more than enough for getting me these tickets and giving me the experience that I could have had years ago in 2020 that I got to have now. Because this was based off a rumor. I didn't know about Blood and Guts happening, and then when they made the announcement, mind you guys, I told you months in advance. I bought my tickets in May, so we didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. We didn't even know if we were gonna get a Blood and Guts this year or going into October. And then they made the announcement 2 weeks ago. Blood and Guts, January 19th. I didn't mark out that big in my life until I found out. Holy shit. Best Blood and Guts show ever. I don't even care about Britt Baker beating a jabron. I don't even care. That probably would have been good if they had more time, but it was still good for what they did. The whole show was great. And I can't wait for the next one that they're going to do in Boston that's not Blood and Guts.
In Boston. Well, TJ, seems like this has been a Banter Club. It's time for you to let these people know where in the universe they can find us.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, you already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show and at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania. Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also, find our group there, Ramblemania Shows, Banter Club, where we any other wrestlers, podcasters, everybody be associated with us. All I want to know what's going down. As far as audio, wherever audio is found, as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Overcast, everywhere podcasts, professors, Ramblemania Show, or Banter Club. As far as the visuals, twitch.tv/Ramblemania Show. We are on Spotify video. We are on YouTube. Search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. And when you get there, like the videos, click subscribe, and click the bell so that when new content drops, it goes straight to you. Yeah. And that's for me personally. Find me on Instagram at TJ the Great 1. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. And find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
TJ the Great.
TJ the Great.
You can find me on Instagram at the number 6, the number 6, the letter X, the letter L. That is at 6XL. You can find me on Twitter at SIIXX. Ain't I great? That is at SIIXX. You're all ready. And also check out our TikTok at Ramblemania Show, where you can find funny clips of all the things that we do here for all of year.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at iZombies, IZombies. Check me out on the local live streams for Raw, Ring of Honor, and Impact on the Ramblemania Show. Also, our Collision shows every Saturday.
Yes, sir.
But for TJ the Great, for the Angel of Death 6XL, I am Hazel the iZombie. This has been our Banter Club review of Blood and Guts. We would like to wish all of you a point and goodies.
Two.
Sweet. And a good fight and a good night.
TJ, play Nickelodeon Blood and Guts.
Oh,
do
do
you
have
it? Blood. Do you have it? Guts.
Hell yeah.
Best fucking show ever. Best fucking show ever.
Guts.